All right, good Saturday night. A lot of times Michael Feck will be back in next weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'll say good evening or good night on the stream here. But Michael Feck will be back here next weekend, so I'm staying up late with you. And I'm going to make a few switches here. Let's get right to the Mother's Day forecast. You know, Mother's Day the past few days has been trending drier overall. I'll take this full. A few spotty showers. We could catch an isolated thunderstorm late tonight and early tomorrow, mainly north of Interstate 64. Not looking at any severe weather. And I think we are going to have intervals where we'll have a little bit of sunshine, but at times we'll have more clouds than sunshine. So there it looks for Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Suzanne, Corey, Laura, thanks for tuning in. Daryl, David. All right, Jeff, hello to you. Carl, and then Cheyenne, Denver. Hope everyone is doing well, and thanks for tuning in. All right, I've loaded up some stuff. Let's take a look. They've for the BBQ and Barrels in Owensboro. It's been a great weekend for that and all the live music that they've had there. Let's take a look at the almanac. We had a few light showers this morning. We had 400s in the rain gauge, and we hit 77. That's pretty close to the averages. That low of 54 a few years ago. We had 89 back in 2022, and 31, we did drop below freezing in 1966, but we don't have any low temperatures near freezing. In fact, we're going to be trending towards above normal. And there's not a lot as far as showers are concerned, so we'll just do a little now tracking. We'll widen it out just a bit. Got a little lightning up there through about Troy, Missouri, just between St. Louis and Hannibal, Missouri. And we're going to keep an eye on that. And Wayne County has been classified as a general risk for a few thunderstorms. The Luke Combs concert in Oklahoma City got started early. Tonight got a big line of showers and storms there. That's where the major severe weather threats. They're looking at some hail up to about Woodward, Oklahoma. Got some large hail there. The yellow polygons indicate severe thunderstorm warning. So, you know, in this all weather streaming, we're going to show you what's going on out to our west. I don't think we're seeing much hail between St. Louis and Quincy, just west there of the Mississippi, but that's a line of showers that was producing some lightning. Kind of Wayne County, Illinois sticks out there just a bit. So as I loop the radar, that will be drawing closer to the viewing area in a weakening fashion as we go through tonight. And I'll have more coming up on 14 News at 10. And I've overlaid the lightning. There's just a wide view. So if you're doing any traveling for Mother's Day, Chicago, Indy, down through Atlanta, Nashville, in pretty good shape. Even if you headed up to Bloomington. And then over in St. Louis, they're dealing with some storms. Now, we're not risk for any severe weather. One of the counties, Wayne County, Illinois, a general risk for some gusty thunderstorms. And the best setup would be a little north of Interstate 64. So right now, I'll grab this full. We're at 69. The dew point is at 54. Humidity is at 58%. There's a look at Owensboro. In fact, the humidity values dropped in the 30% range this afternoon. Definitely was low. Becky, hello to you. Erica, Zach. All right, let's check around the area. Fairfield at 65. Henderson at 67 at this hour. All right, the cloud guidance. We're not going to be seeing a lot of clouds here over the next week, but the clouds will thicken up tonight. Some scattered cloud layers, too, up to 7,000 to 8,000 feet. And then tomorrow we'll have more clouds around. So taking a look at the extended, let's go into the future. These are the outlooks, the 6 and 10-day outlooks from the Climate Prediction Center. May overall has been slightly underneath the average, and we're going to be trending above normal. In fact, we're about 1 week away from temperatures between about 85 and 90, some summer-like temps. And precipitation, generally in the short term, I think overall will be below normal. Areas here in gray near normal. We get about 1.25 inches per week. And then I looked at some of the longer range outlooks. Through the end of May, we'd be trending slightly above average, but we're still in the market for some showers, even though we picked up about 0.8 earlier in the week. Extreme drought-like conditions through our southern tiered counties, Hopkins, Muhlenberg. And then if you're in McLean, Ohio, even though some of these counties down through southern Webster County, down through Providence and Clay, those locations are in the market for some showers. So some spotty rain late, gusty thunderstorm for those Illinois counties north of Interstate 64. And then for tomorrow, kind of mostly cloudy, but we'll have intervals of sunshine. A spotty shower, it's not going to rain out Any Mom's or Mother's Day events. A few pop-up showers with the northerly breeze with low to mid 70s. So some of the guidance, we're looking at this for the first time together, just updated. So as we go through tomorrow, these showers in those segments of thunderstorms north there of St. Louis. So we do have some areas, mainly north of Interstate 64, where we can catch a shower. And then kind of more clouds and sunshine at times, and then a few clouds around on Sunday night. And then we're not going to see a lot of clouds as we go into next week. A few clouds around early on Monday, and then I've overlaid the winds here. The winds will be out of the north, but we're not looking at any precipitation or anything like that for your Monday. So we continue to crank out these weather gems. Let's go mid-range model, the GFS. Under these weak fronts, Tuesday some showers to the north. So if that holds together, we might up the probability. Some new data coming in concerning late Tuesday, then into Wednesday, but not anticipating anything in the way of severe weather. We don't have any negative tilted troughs or anything like that to rotate these thunderstorms. So some spotty showers and nothing significant as far as precipitation. In fact, at 10, I'll try to go out over the next week and show how much we're projecting as far as rainfall, but it won't be much. And then this is 1 week away, next Saturday, where we'll have these winds out of the south. We'll have a pattern change where it almost would be very mid-June-like, where you have daily chances for showers and thunderstorms. So no alert days on the board. I'll grab this full. I like the folks tell me to stand out to get out of the way with the 7-day, and I'll do that right now. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms. 70-40 for your Sunday. And I'll probably make some adjustments to Tuesday and Wednesday, new data coming in concerning that. Probably will up the POPs, probability of precipitation. And then look at next Saturday, an 86. And then as we go next Sunday, as you go out into the 17th and 18th and then into the following week, we're going to be trending above average during that stretch. Cheyenne, Zach, William, Daryl, 400s today at Bosse Field. That's what we had. That's from William. That's what we had out at the airport. 400s there in the rain gauge. And hello to you, Karen. Hopefully, I don't think I said good morning once. Maybe I threw it in. I'll have to go back and check. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll have more coming up at 10 p.m. Enjoy this very nice weather. Just a few spotty showers around. In fact, I'll go back up and show you the folks that just came in here late. All right. See if we'll go back and I'll show you Mother's Day one more time. There we go. For Mother's Day, we're looking at kind of a seasonable day, kind of more clouds and sunshine, a few spotty showers, but the best setup generally would be north of Interstate 64, then kind of a rogue thunderstorm in those areas north of Interstate 64. Kind of that forecasting line we use a lot in winter. Wink, wink, but we do use it. That's where the best setup for some showers and storms would be located, but I'm not anticipating anything in the way of severe weather. We'll talk to you soon.